What's going on, everyone? Got the first of a double review here for you. Gonna do Korn Serenity of Suffering. And wow. Wow. Okay. So, of course, as usual, I'm going to talk about each individual track, then do the album as a whole. So, track one, Insane. Intro definitely reminded me of Blind. Kind of the whole thing reminded me of Blind, actually. Just very, 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 very well composed. Excellent rhythm, especially under the verse and the chorus. The drums sounded really very, very clear. You know, Ray did a great job with his drumming, and whoever mixed it just did a really, really good job just bringing everything through in that song. So heavy, like, oh man, like, insanely heavy. The vocal delivery was great, and the guitar sounds were really, really good in that one. Excellent opening track. It was just very, it was pretty much essential Korn. You know, you could definitely tell they're getting back to their old sound, their roots, you know, just great opening track. Rotting in Vain, track two. When I first saw the music video, I was like, wow, this is, well, the first thing I really noticed in the music video was Fieldy has a mohawk now, which is just like, oh my god, Fieldy's hair. But excellent, just excellent second track. The bass sounded very, very good there. Very, 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 very clean and just very, very, like, very low and, you know, bassy. So I loved it. And the beatboxing section definitely reminded me of Freak on a Leash. Like, I was just like head banging, you know, just making my neck go in all kind of directions. Excellent. And just the groove under the verse was just amazing. You know, subtle, but you know, it definitely added to the song. You know, it didn't take away from, you know, the lyrics or distract from those, but definitely great. Black is the Soul, very, very, very haunting throughout. You know, like if you look, because like I look at the album cover and I think of it as kind of, you know, kind of creepy, kind of ominous, and I think that Black is the Soul definitely kept that very haunting kind of horror movie kind of gothic feel to it. You know, like it felt just very, very dark and black. You know, dare I say, but you know, excellent. You know, this is the first song at the end. This is the first song that I got lost in. You know, like I didn't write, you know, a lot down for it. I just got lost in it. I just was listening to it, and you know, like when it was over, I was just like, oh man, it's over. You know, it was just an excellent listen. Very, very great. Track four, The Hating. The vocal delivery definitely reminded me of Adidas. Just not a lot, just a little bit, but definitely had a little tinge of Adidas in there, you know, at least during the verse and everything like that. The screaming plus the guitar sound plus the bass sound in this song just very, very well bounced off each other. The drums were great too, but like this one, the bass and the guitar sound and the way the vocals and the lyrics were delivered, just great. Probably my favorite track. I'd probably have to say probably my favorite track off the album. Just very, 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 very well done. Vocal wise, guitar wise, and bass wise, excellent. Track five, A Different World. I already viewed that, but just expand upon that a little bit. Like listening to it again, you know, after, you know, listen to it after it came out as a single. I feel it's very, very, very much a yin and yang type song, you know, with, you know, the chorus kind of being, you know, the chaos part, because, you know, it gets very aggressive there, you know. Jonathan starts to growl, and of course Corey comes in with his, you know, signature vocals, and it was just very, very, you know, when I actually listened to it again, I felt it was very well balanced, and it was like the verse was mainly, you know, the order, you know, the kind of sane part of it, you know, and then when the chorus kicks in, it's just like insane and heavy and brutal, and it's all screaming and it's just really dark. So Yeah, that was an excellent track. It was very Corey's vocals and his singing actually contributed to it very well as well. But it was very much struck me as kind of a yin and yang kind of song. It was like kind of a person having an argument between one version of themselves and another version of themselves, and it was very good. I enjoyed it. Track 6, Take Me. Intro definitely wakes you up. Just kind of, like a different world wasn't exactly, like a slow kind of like song, but when you hear like Take Me just come in, just like wow, okay, that's really gets in your ear holes, it gets down into your cochlea and just like kind of vibrates it to nothingness and makes you wake up and just take notice. For me, lyrically and delivery-wise, it's definitely the more rap-centric song. Like, Korn is still, new metal, and the lyrics and the delivery were definitely very rap-centric. I was just like, okay, cool, J Devil's up here, spitting some bars, pretty cool. Definitely enjoyed that. But yeah, that was pretty good track too. Number 7, Everything Falls Apart. Very much reminded me of like Gent. The intro at least kind of reminded me, kind of like some Born of Osiris stuff or some Sons of Issachar stuff. Very like Genty. I was just like, oh, sounds like something you'd hear off, like a Veil Maya record or something like that. But 7 strings, that probably doesn't happen a lot. The echo at the end of the song, like, because I'm like in a room with a lot of wood and everything like that, so there's a lot of acoustics, and right before the song ends, there's just that echo of the last bit of Jonathan's vocals, and the way that it sounded, it made it sound like something was behind me, like he was talking behind me and whispering. It almost kind of made me want to look over my shoulder a little bit. So that was an excellent cap off to that song. And this is another song I just got lost in. Like I didn't write too much down for it, but I just got lost in it. I just was bobbing my head and head banging and just vibing to it because it just had that kind of soundscape to me where you can just get lost in it and just be like, and then the next song comes on, you're like, oh well, it's the song changed, crap, but very nice, very good, very good. 8, Die Yet Another Night. Vocal delivery, again, excellent. Loved it. Yeah, I'll say more about that when I talk about the album as a whole. And the switch near the ending where it just kind of goes, it just totally switches. It goes from, kind of like, chaotic and stuff to kind of somber. And then it goes back into chaotic right before the song ends, just very, it just kind of played with your, because you didn't expect it to get, kind of, soft and have, most of the instruments just like mellow out and everything like that. So that was a nice little surprise in there. And then, before the song ends, it gets back into, super heavy, super chaotic and just like kill yourself stuff. Very what am I trying to say here? It was just like a nice little switch between those two moods. Not in the same way Different World was, because in Different World, you kind of like, you expect it and you heard it coming, and then this one you're just like, oh, everything kind of mellowed out. And then you're like, oh, wait, no, it's not going to end that way. It's going to get intense again. Great. Loved it. Oh, When You're Not There. Okay, Ray, excellent drum intro. Good lord, like, man, I love Ray so much. He's an excellent drummer. I'm so glad he's in Korn. But yeah, excellent drum intro. I will say this one reflects the title of the album the most, in my opinion, because it's the lyrics are just like, like, I love how you don't care, like, I love the way, you hurt me, when you're not here, I scream. Very, it kind of describes, like this person is like in a relationship that's not, stereotypically good, but they love it, like the person they're with doesn't care about them, and they love it, and they love it when the person hurts them, and when the person isn't there, they just go crazy and scream. Very, very, very powerful, and definitely very symbolic of the title of this album, The Serenity of Suffering. Very, 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 very symbolic of that. So yeah, the screams are just amazing on this one. John, just goes crazy. He just loses it. And then when the screaming part comes up, and it's just like you just want to kind of like destroy a house with your eyeballs. It's just like it's like insane. So oh yeah, and Fieldy's bass solo, excellent. Good Lord, excellent, awesome, great job. Great job on that track. That was definitely an excellent track. If The Hating wasn't my favorite track, then it would definitely be When You're Not There. Without a doubt, 100%. Alright, so next in line, for this song, I felt this was where the instruments were most in sync with each other. And not just because, they played along with each other, like the drums and the bass and the guitars all, for most of the song played the same thing on the same beat, same rhythm, like in sync with each other, like perfectly. And composition-wise, that was a great choice, that particular song, because it very, very, very much brought up the vocals and, made it sound, extremely cohesive, but also you could distinguish everything, even though they were playing the same thing the same way, which I think is kind of hard to do, and I admire when someone does it correctly. So very, very nice. Very, very nice. So very, very cohesive with the instruments still. Like instrumentally, as together, best track, And like as I said before, like lyrically, like which one was it? Yeah, okay, so I think this song, as far as, what effects / instruments they utilize, this was, instrumentally the more rap-centered song. Because, you had, like, turntables, and then you had, Jonathan using those, like, effects to, like, double his voice, and you just kind of give it, like, it kind of gave it a little more of a rap feel, because like you had the turntables doing what they do, and then I forgot what it was. There's another part that really made it feel, like kind of, modern rap, kind of old school rap, kind of. I forgot what it was though, but the turntables just kind of was like, okay, that's pretty dope. It was pretty dope. So definitely enjoyed that track. And to be honest, I mean, if that would have been the final track, I would have been happy. They could have ended it right there. And, not even had Please Come For Me on there, or just had as a bonus track. But if it would have ended right there at next in line, I would have been totally happy, So final track, Please Come For Me. Shortest track, but it definitely had enough in it, it was, man, it was like dark, and I feel like it's kind of, I feel like this song kind of left the album on a cliffhanger, because in the end he's like, oh, please come for me, they're coming for me. I'm like, who, what, like the whole album is, you kind of like have the idea of what's going on, or who or what this thing is that, doing this to, the person. But in Please Come For Me, it's just like, it just felt to me like it's a cliffhanger, it just ends kind of on an uncertainty, and kind of just in like a very, very intense moment that didn't resolve, and that's not a bad thing. I'm saying, that's really, really good. It keeps you in suspense, and you're just like, oh, what happened at the end of the song? What happened to this person? Who or what? Did this thing find this person? So yeah, great. That was actually a pretty good ending track as well. That was a decent ending, too, as well. But yeah, and so okay, album as a whole, like, I really just love how all these bands, how like Megadeth and Anthrax and Slayer and even Metallica sounds like they're all going back to their they're going back to their old sound, the sound that they had when they first broke and just got, super big. But they're also making it so they're also putting new things in there and just kind of like expanding their sound to where like they're going back to their old sound and it still sounds like them, but they're also doing new things and it still sounds like them. Because I just listened to the album and whoever mixed and mastered this was incredible because everything was so well balanced. The guitars, all the effects they used, never dumbed down or muddied out. The bass was always clear and present. The drums were always clear and present. The vocals, like all the vocal layering, it just all the techniques, just the beatboxing, the screaming, the singing, and that's another thing. Like, it seems like Jonathan's voice has gotten better over time. It never, got, it never was bad, of course. But I just heard this album. It's like, wow, it sounds like, it sounds like he's improved, since the first album when he was, 20-something years or younger or whatever, It just sounds like his voice has improved. Fieldy's bass tone was very, very good. It very much complemented and melded well with Ray's drums. And Monkey and Head, their guitar effects, their guitar tones, and just their playing was tight, I forgot what song it was, but during the verse, it's just like guitar and just like constantly doing that, and I was just like, that's really, really tight. They were, and if you watch interviews, Head says, oh yeah, we're not really good guitar players, but I think he kind of underestimates them because when they play, like, they play well and they play exactly as they do on the record, and they just knock it out of the park. And this whole album, just from top to bottom, sounded great. The composition was very, very much Korn, pretty much the only way I can describe it. And just the way they played, you could tell that they just, have totally found their synergy. Paradigm Shift was, it was good, but like, to me, it wasn't, like, essential Korn. You could tell it was Korn, but it wasn't, to me, it didn't have the power, the intensity, and really not completely, the emotional content, that Korn usually has. And with this album, it was just like they're just back with a vengeance. They just they're like, okay, we're gonna do this. This is what we do, and this is how it's gonna sound, and it's gonna sound like us, but it's also gonna be new and be great. And we're gonna push the envelope and just do something great. And that's what they did. Like, this is amazing. Like, it's just awesome, dude. It sounds good, compositional wise, effects wise, vocal wise. Just they really they just knocked it out of the park. I honestly think this might be their best album. We'll say the best album since Head coming back. Let's say that. But yeah, Serenity of Suffering just got released today. It's like 2:19 in the morning right now. So I just bought these and reviewing them real quick. Oh, yeah, but go listen to it, and if you love it, which you do, you'll buy it, and yeah, awesome, love it. Thank you all for watching, and rock on.